Coming up on this edition of Out of the Blue from Middle Tennessee State University, the Scott Borchetta College of Media and Entertainment has launched a new graduate degree program, Master of Fine Arts in Film and Television, led by an Emmy Award-winning faculty member. We talk about how this degree will help build Greater Nashville's creative workforce. Carly Sutton from True Blue TV tells us about the Center for Popular Music, which recently added an archive of punk rock music to its collection. The center is one of the largest repositories of popular music artifacts in the world. And the Center for Educational Media at MTSU serves as an educational resource for K-12 educators throughout and beyond the state of Tennessee. Dr. Laura Clark, the center's director, joins us with her annual report on the various programs and initiatives by the center. I'm Andrew Ottman, and this is Out of the Blue. Welcome to Out of the Blue. I'm Andrew Ottman. The Scott Borchetta College of Media and Entertainment has launched a new graduate degree program, Master of Fine Arts in Film and Television. It is the first and only degree program of its kind among Tennessee's public universities, and it's designed to prepare students for advanced creative roles. Here to tell us more is Professor Ali Sultan, an Emmy Award-winning faculty member who serves as the program's director. Ali, welcome back.
Thank you so much, Andrew. Good to see you again.
It's always a pleasure seeing you. And I know the last time we were on the show, we were celebrating your big Emmy win.
No big deal.
I know, a huge deal. Quit underplaying that. Big deal for the College of Media and Entertainment. Now the Scott Borchetta College of Media and Entertainment, and a real pride point for us. So now you're working on the next pride point for the college. Tell me about the new Master of Fine Arts in Film and Television. You're the director of that program, right? Congratulations.
Thank you. This is something that we as a department have been working on ever since I came here in 2014. We've been talking about this and dreaming about it, and it's finally come into reality. It is an intensive 15-student cohort with competitive applications, and we start once a year in the fall. So this cohort will be making film and television productions in a workshop-oriented environment. So, you know, they will learn some theory, history, aesthetics to ground themselves as, you know, thoughtful filmmakers that are making impactful work. But really, a lot of what they're doing is, you know, they're writing their own shows, they're developing and producing them and working together. So each student is, you know, will have a different interest. And your intention is, of course, by and large, that they will experience and work as a team and work as collaborators and co-conspirators and a lot of the things that they're doing to reach their creative goals, right? That's the idea. You want to build that sense of purpose in the group, right? I mean, we are training the high-level creatives in this program. Our undergraduate program has been around for 50 years. We spent a lot of time developing that and had a lot of success with students learning how to do multiple crew positions and going out in the industry working on sets. The MFA is going to be different. We have created this as a workforce development initiative. We've worked with the state of Tennessee. We've worked with an industry advisory board made up of professionals in film and television from across the state. And our goal really is to work with industry to train the high-level creatives that are going to create these series that get produced in Tennessee. So we want to build the industry, and that's what our plan is, our vision is for our students. That's neat. Yeah. You use the term high-level creative. Give me an example of what kind of jobs you're talking about for that. Sure, absolutely. Well, the producer is a huge role in a film or television production. They are creating the projects, they're financing them, they're putting packages and crew together, and they pitch these to raise funding. Other high-level positions would be directing, writing, so screenwriting. A lot of folks might be interested in writing, directing their own fiction or documentary films. And then there are roles like cinematographer, editor, because those are really, I believe they're high-level creatives because they shape the film while it's being filmed and also in post-production, which I believe is really fun.
Middle Tennessee is really becoming a television and film production hub, right? And when you talked about workforce development, that you're working hand in glove with the state, it's for those reasons, right? How can we provide those high-level creatives into the jobs that we need? And that's a need, right?
Absolutely. Part of our proposal process, which took 3 years, by the way, to develop this proposal, to get it through all the different approvals. So our curriculum has been vetted at multiple stages. But part of that process, it hadn't happened initially, was a study, the MTSU Business and Resource Center, I believe is what it's called. They did an impact study looking at the economic situation in Middle Tennessee. They're looking through the Bureau of Labor Statistics. They're looking at reports of jobs. What jobs are open in Middle Tennessee that are not being filled? And what we found in that study is that there is a great need for producers and directors and especially editors in Middle Tennessee. That there's a lot of growth in our local entertainment, and we worked with the Tennessee Entertainment Commission as we were developing this also, and they've done some research on the economic impact of what film and television brings to the state. And I didn't know that during this process I found out Tennessee is 5th in the nation for film and television employment.
Nice, okay.
And I think a lot of that has to do with our being an an entertainment hub in Middle Tennessee. It's growing, and it's still projected to grow over the next decade.
This is really exciting stuff. First degree of its kind at a public university in Tennessee, right?
Absolutely. I'm an alum of MTSU. I graduated in '97 from the recording industry program. I love this university. I love that I'm here. I'm really excited that we can offer a Master of Fine Arts in Film and TV for a fraction of the cost that all other universities are offering.
A high caliber degree program at a price point that's much lower than a lot of these fantastic private universities, but nevertheless, this is really more accessible, right? You're trying to make this available to more people.
Absolutely. Current tuition for in-state graduate students, our students can get through a 3-year MFA for around $40,000, which is less than 1 year at most universities in our country.
You mentioned all the ties to the industry. You've formed an industry advisory board, correct? What are you hoping they're going to guide you through with this?
They've already been involved with us. We're starting to have meetings. Our plan is to meet a couple times a year. And their job is to connect us, our program, with the local film and television industry. They're going to keep us on track of industry trends. You know, how is AI impacting their businesses, their workflow? So the industry advisory board is really critical to us making sure our curriculum is up to standard for what our industry needs our students to know, but also making those industry connections and hopefully job pipelines.
That's fantastic.
That's the plan.
You've got all the toys, all the great gear that the college has to offer. Talk about some of those major points, the things that they're going to have access to use.
Absolutely. And, you know, we are blessed here at MTSU with the amount of equipment we've been able to acquire. Our most recent acquisition that we find very exciting is we got $1 million XR stage,
and
which
it's sweet. It's fabulous.
It really is. It's an LED wall, same technology they used to film The Mandalorian and Dune, and we have it for our students to use. And we've started teaching courses in it.
Not only a wall, but a floor. I mean, you can create a whole immersive experience.
And this summer, we're adding a ceiling.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. And so the great thing about the new LED ceiling is you can adjust time of day. And so everything's done in a soundstage. Our students in the animation program are building virtual sets, 3D sets that go on the wall. And then our film students are creating the foreground elements that blend the live actors with the background.
That's amazing.
And over the summer, once we install that ceiling, we'll be able to shoot at golden hour all day long.
We could go on and on. How do I find out more about this program? Where do I go on the web?
Fabulous. Great question, Andrew. See, we're giggling. Great question, Andrew. Anyone who's interested in learning more about this program can go to mediaarts.mtsu.edu. And on that page, there'll be a little icon that you can click on to get more information. Applications are open now. We'll be accepting them on a rolling basis and evaluating them up until August 1st.
And of course, it starts in the fall.
Starts, at the end of August.
Wow.
No time like now.
Well, I know, no time like now. Professor Ali Sultan, the Scott Borchetta College of Media and Entertainment, the new director of the MFA program there. Congratulations, and thanks for all you do for the university.
Thank you, Andrew. It's been a real pleasure talking with you.
And we'll be right back.
We do it all. We do it all.
Hundreds of majors, an amazing campus, faculty mentors. You can find what you're looking for at Middle Tennessee State, the University of Opportunities. We do it all.
I'm Victoria from Lincoln County, Tennessee, where growing up with my grandparents, I learned what hard work really meant. For me, college wasn't a given. It was a leap, and I took it. At MTSU, I studied abroad twice, interned in DC, and got curious on what my future could look like. I found people who believed in me and helped me believe in myself. MTSU showed me what is possible. I'm Victoria, and I'm true blue.
I help people.
I create music.
I shape the future.
I am an entrepreneur.
I inspire people with more than words.
I ride forward.
The sky is not my limit.
Find your blue at MTSU.
The Jennings A. Jones College of Business at Middle Tennessee State University is the #1 producer of business talent in the greater Nashville area. Our nationally ranked programs and state-of-the-art facilities offer a world-class education at an affordable price. The exclusive partnership of Jones College with Dale Carnegie Training Worldwide equips our graduates with the soft skills they need to succeed. Jones College of Business. It delivers an education for the real world.
Welcome back to Out of the Blue. I'm Andrew Ottman. I'm with Carly Sutton, our correspondent for True Blue TV. Hey, what's the shirt?
I wanted to dress a little bit more to the part because we're talking about the Center for Popular Music.
In the Scott Borchetta College of Media and Entertainment.
Absolutely, and I'm really excited to talk about it because they recently just got this new punk collection and they have some really cool stuff for you guys to check out.
Tucked away inside the Bragg Media and Entertainment Building is a place filled with stories. Not just stories of songs or artists, but of the people, movements, and moments that help shape American music. At first glance, the Center for Popular Music may seem like one of MTSU's lesser-known spaces, but behind the shelves, boxes, and records is one of the largest archives of its kind in the world.
The Center for Popular Music is one of the oldest and largest collections of items connected to American popular and vernacular music, books, we have sheet music, sound recordings, all over. It covers a variety of genres, and especially with the Reading Room collection behind me, we try to keep current with all the new genres that are coming out.
Founded in 1985, the Center for Popular Music was created to preserve and share America's musical history, from country and bluegrass to punk, folk, jazz, and beyond. And while some may picture archives as places hidden behind locked doors, this one starts with an open invitation.
So the Reading Room is kind of the first point of contact when folks come and visit. Students, researchers, members of the general public, they'll come in, go to the desk, ask, what they're interested in looking at, or, we just let people browse in here. And we also have our listening station in here. At the computers, we have access to different databases, and we also use this as an event and classroom space.
And while the center itself hosts hundreds of thousands of materials behind the scenes, the Reading Room is really where that curiosity begins to start. So whether you're a student that's interested in music history, or you're just somebody that wants to flip through old magazines, this is really the place for that learning to begin.
And there is a lot to explore. The center's collections stretch far beyond bookshelves, preserving nearly every format imaginable.
We are a research archive. It's used actually worldwide. We have all sorts of different genre here. Commercial recordings, we have manuscript recordings, stuff that only exists in one copy. Sheet music, records, papers. As far as sound recordings, I think the earliest that we have here is probably an 1897 or 8 Berliner, and of course from there to the present.
That wide reach is part of what makes the center unique. Researchers, musicians, filmmakers, and everyday music fans all use the archive. And for MTSU students, it can become something even more personal.
My research is on music, mostly popular music in the mid-50s through the 60s and 70s in Nashville. So it's an awesome connection with this place. And I have found more stuff here than I thought I would. So that's been super exciting. From 45s, which are right over here, to some of the LPs. So it was a wealth of stuff that I was not expecting, but it's been super complementary with what I'm doing.
The center isn't just preserving the past, it's still growing. Recently, the archive received one of its newest additions, the Maximum Rock and Roll Collection, a massive archive connected to the influential punk magazine that documented underground music scenes for decades.
Maximum Rock and Roll was a very influential magazine dedicated to reviewing punk, and it had a reputation for sort of delineating what the punk movement was as it evolved.
The collection includes far more than just magazines. Thousands of records, radio show tapes, photographs, and business materials help tell the story of a movement often built outside the mainstream.
It appears as though we've received at least over 50,000 records as part of this collection. There's also cassette recordings of the radio show. We have their financial paperwork, in addition to some photographs and other things that were sort of related to the everyday business of the magazine, but also just the culture that surrounded it too.
It's easy to think that music history is something that happens somewhere else, like in major cities or in museums. But collections like this show that preservation can happen right here at MTSU. And it's important to make sure that those stories around music and culture are not lost over time.
And for those helping preserve it, that work matters. Because when collections stay together, so do the stories they tell.
As an effort of preservation, it's one of those things where it's important for a collection like this to actually be able to be housed together. It allows people to get an understanding of not only the genre and culture's evolution, but also the magazine's specific role in that.
For a place that might look quiet from the outside, the Center for Popular Music is constantly buzzing with history. A hidden corner of campus where the sounds, stories, and culture of American music continue to live on, ready for anyone curious enough to walk through the door. For MTSU, I'm Carly Sutton.
True Blue.
As a member of this diverse community,
I am a valuable contributor
to its progress and success.
I am engaged in the life of this community.
I'm a recipient
and a giver.
I am a listener and a speaker.
I am honest in word and deed.
I'm committed to reason, not violence.
I am a learner.
Now and forever.
I am a Blue Raider.
I am a Blue Raider.
I am a Blue Raider.
True Blue.
I'm Victoria from Lincoln County, Tennessee, where growing up with my grandparents, I learned what hard work really meant. For me, college wasn't a given. It was a leap, and I took it. At MTSU, I studied abroad twice, interned in DC, and got curious on what my future could look like. I found people who believed in me and helped me believe in myself. MTSU showed me what is possible. I'm Victoria, and I'm True Blue.
I help people.
I create music.
I shape the future.
I am an entrepreneur.
I inspire people with more than words.
I ride forward.
The sky is not my limit.
Find your blue at MTSU.
Welcome back to Out of the Blue. I'm Andrew Ottman. The primary mission of MTSU's Center for Educational Media is to serve as an educational resource for K-12 educators throughout and beyond the state of Tennessee. Dr. Laura Clark, the center's director, joins us here on Out of the Blue to share her annual report on the center's various programs and initiatives. Dr. Clark, welcome to your set on Out of the Blue.
It's my pleasure to be here in our set.
Well, I tell you what, we're so proud of the Center for Educational Media. I think the partnership between the Division of Marketing and Communications and the Center really in producing Out of the Blue has been one of the most productive and beneficial relationships that people can point to, because we're really drawing attention to the great programs and activities on this campus. So we're going to draw attention to the great programs and activities now in the Center for Educational Media, in addition to this wonderful new set. So let's talk about some of the things that you want to highlight. Every year I have you come on the show and we recap some of the accomplishments of the center. But we're in summer right now, and you're in the middle of a lot of great activities. Talk about some of the stuff that's about to happen and what's next.
Sure. And for those who may not know, Center for Educational Media is a center, part of the College of Education, and we serve the College of Education and K-12 educators through media production. We've engaged with 137 school districts out of 140-something in the state of Tennessee.
That's incredible.
But we've also engaged with educators from 35 states.
Yep.
And word gets out, and they find our content to be relevant to their work in classrooms, and that's what we're going for.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about some of those intensives that are happening. What's on tap for the center?
So we're in the middle right now of our summer academies. We have 3 of those. That would be the ELL Collaborative and the School Counselors Collaborative and the SPED Collaborative. So we're planning for that in July, and we're excited and looking forward. Those are our largest and most well-attended events of the year.
You've got wonderful facilities in the center. And by collaboratives, you're inviting them to campus, correct?
Yes.
And they're participating in person, but you're also, through the wonderful facilities of the Center for Educational Media, you're recording this as a training tool, correct?
Correct, yes. We bring educators on site who have been nominated by their peers for their good work, and they present on topics that have been requested by practitioners in Tennessee on areas they need help with in their work.
In 2025, you started a collaborative on AI in K-12. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I really think it's an interesting topic overall.
So that's our 4th collaborative in the larger PK-12 collaborative initiative. As we know, AI is exploding in all domains, in all places, and including in K-12 education. And so we felt that this was our time to step in, following the same model we use with our others, where we find the great practitioners who are having success implementing AI in K-12 classrooms and schools. I formed an advisory council, the AI in K-12 Advisory Council, and it's comprised of educators from across the state representing, altogether it's represented 7 school districts. And so we've got some dynamic educators talking to us about how they're using AI. And we're recording, posting. It's on our YouTube channel, open for viewing for everyone. 2
things that stood out in my brief on this. You're incorporating these 2 themes in all presentations: the ethics of using AI in school and the security concerns of using AI. And I guess one of the wonderful things about these collaboratives is that you bring up very meaty topics, and you try to really cram as much information for the educators as you can on those topics.
In my conversations, in all of our conversations, when people talk about AI, they talk about their fear of, oh, you can use it to cheat, or you can use it to be dishonest. And this is a perfect opportunity for teachers to guide students who are, children, minor students, to begin to think about the ethical questions. When I have a chance to cheat, what does it look like, and how will I choose not to do it? And also to develop the ways that AI can be used combining the AI nature of it and the students' thinking and critical thinking abilities, for example, to generate writing in a high school dual enrollment English class. The data security questions are the concerns of administrators and policy people, because we must ensure data security, but even beyond that, we must ensure the safety of student personally identifiable data. Since AI is fertile ground for violating that, we lay down ground rules on ethics and on security in every video we present.
Wow. Dr. Clark, you mentioned the LMS system. I've been referring to it as CEM Online. I assume, and tell me if I'm right or wrong, that this is a tool to increase the outreach of the center and share more of this wonderful content with educators.
Correct. And to increase the access for teachers who can't make it here on site to attend our conferences, and actually to offer an opportunity to receive credit through virtual learning. Always the districts have the last word on what they approve for their local district credit for teachers to maintain their licensure. But we've had good response from districts embracing what we're offering. You know, we've always given a certificate for those attending on site, but we've been working for some time, and we're happy in this year to launch CEM Online, our LMS system. We already have the content because we have the videos.
I know.
And so now in CEM Online, we have an opportunity for teachers to earn 70 hours of credit if their districts approve it for their district PD. This is specialized training. This is not the general broad training that's given to many K-12 educators, because we've honed in on some areas that require special understanding of English learners, of how school counseling works, of special education and children with IEPs, and of course now with AI. Those are some specialized areas that aren't typically covered in districts, district-wide PD.
There's so much about the center and what it does on your website. Where can I find that? And I think there's also an advantage to go there to perhaps register for some of these upcoming collaboratives, correct?
Yes. cem.mtsu.edu is our website. And when you go there, you can see our videos, view our videos on our YouTube channel. We ask that you like and subscribe, please. But you can also register for our upcoming conferences. September and November are our upcoming after our summer academies. And you can add your name, request to be added to our mailing list so that you can get information about what we're doing. And then you can see all the other services that Center for Educational Media offers to College of Ed and to the campus and to others.
Wow. Dr. Laura Clark, Director of the Center for Educational Media and the College of Education here at MTSU, and my partner and collaborator on Out of the Blue, thank you for everything you do for not only our university, but for the state and other states in education. We appreciate you.
Our partnership is a great one, and I look forward to continuing it. Thank you.
Thank you. And this does wrap up this edition of Out of the Blue. A reminder, you can find campus news and content on our website, mtsunews.com. Also, from our social media platforms of X, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, you can find additional special features. Broadcasting from the Center for Educational Media via TrueBlue TV, which is available in streaming services and our app. I'm Andrew Oppmann. Stay safe, stay on course, and remain True Blue.